Thank you for coming. This is the interview I'm most excited about.
If you've been following the fields of finance and technology over the last couple of years, there's no doubt that you've heard of world-class business magnate Larry Ellison, who has made a name for himself being the co-founder of the Oracle Corporation. Suffice it to say, the man has enough money in his bank account to afford next to anything on the planet. But what does someone like Larry Ellison spend his hard-earned cash on? And what have experts estimated his net worth to be at the moment anyway? Well, whether you're a fan of the entrepreneur or just want to know more about his financial status, you've come to the right place, as we're about ready to explore the net worth and lifestyle of Larry Ellison. So strap yourselves in and get ready for an unbelievable ride, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. A little more about Larry. Lawrence Joseph Ellison, as he is more formally known, is the epitome of the American dream. He was born in the Bronx, New York on the 17th of August 1944 to an unwed Jewish mother and biological father who spent most of his days working as a United States Army Air Corps pilot. He contracted pneumonia when he was only 9 months old, which caused his mother to rethink her ability to take care of him. This essentially resulted in his mother giving him up for adoption, which led to him being adopted by his uncle and aunt. Larry then moved to the South Shore in Chicago, where he was mostly cared for by his adoptive mother, whom he has described in the years past as being always both loving and supportive. This was in stark contrast to his adoptive father, however, who could rather be described by making use of the words from the opposite ends of the spectrum. Although the household that raised him was a Jewish one, Larry remained skeptical insofar as organized religions were concerned, which caused him to refuse his bar mitzvah celebration when he was 13 years old. He went on to attend South Shore High School a short time later, and was thereafter admitted to the University of Illinois as a pre-med student. This led to Larry being named as the university's Science Student of the Year, showing that he had a bright future in the industry. He did, unfortunately, later withdraw himself from the tertiary institution without taking his final exams on the account of his adoptive mother having just passed away. He then attended the University of Chicago for one term, where he studied both physics and mathematics, but upon first encountering computer design, he decided to drop everything and move to Berkeley, California, where he could attempt to achieve his newfound dream. Larry ended up getting a job at Ampex, where he was influenced by Edgar F. Codd's research on relational database design. It was essentially this theory that he adopted and used to form Oracle in 1977, which went on to become a successful database vendor to mid and low-range systems. It must, however, be kept in mind that his company back then was not known as Oracle just yet. He actually named it Software Development Laboratories, or SDL for short. The company then renamed itself once more as Itself Relational Software Incorporated, only to be changed for a final time to Oracle Systems Corporation, after the company's incredible Oracle database. Larry Ellison has won a countless number of awards during his years as a technological and business magnate. One great example of this is his designation as an award recipient in the high technology category for the EY Entrepreneur of the Year program. He has also spent years on the front page of next to every newspaper in Silicon Valley, making the region his hometown by having a finger in next to every project that was making its way out of there. Larry is now considered to be one of the wealthiest people in the world, which is no surprise considering the incredible achievements the man has made in the field of computer technology and finance on the side. Larry's net worth. Larry Ellison is currently 76 years old, and as such has moved on from simply running Oracle as a business. That being said, he still holds a grand total of 22.5% stake in the company. Although the man makes around $1 billion a year in salary, his total compensation earned through his own stocks in Oracle brings him to around $45 million annually. He also receives an annual dividend of mostly more than $500 million a year, which is an insane amount. Keeping all of this in mind, experts have estimated Larry's net worth to be around $96.2 billion at the moment, which is more money than the majority of us can even imagine. In other words, Larry can just about buy anything he wants to at the moment, with cash being the least of his problems. That being said, what does someone like Larry spend his money on? Number 1, his collection of private jets. Although Larry is currently retired, he still has meetings to attend on a regular basis, and more often than not, these meetings are held on the international stage. As such, Larry decided to invest in a great way to get from A to B that had very little to do with having to wait in an airport lounge. In the world of business and technology, time is money, so Larry would often view having to wait for an aircraft as a waste of both his time and money. So what did the technological genius do? Well, he invested in a private jet, of course. From that first purchase, Larry was pretty much hooked, following it up with another and then another private private jet. He now has a fleet of aircraft at his command and never has to wait in another airport lounge again. The latest aircraft that he decided to spend his money on was a Gulfstream G650 private jet that he bought in 2015 for around $75 million. The jet itself is pretty spacious and can carry up to 14 passengers comfortably. Ellison has registered the jet under a company that he owns called Wing and Prayer Incorporated, but there's no escaping the fact that the jet actually belongs to him. His first jet was bought in the year 2000 and comes in the form of a Bombardier Global Express. He then went on to purchase another Bombardier Global Express in 2008, along with a small Cessna 525 Citation. 2013 saw him buying a Bombardier Challenger, and somewhere down the line the billionaire saw himself procuring at least 2 military jets. Larry also has a few smaller aircraft at his disposal which fail to be registered as jets because of their size, but can still be used to successfully get from A to B. That is quite the collection of aircrafts. It must also be said that Larry actually owns a pilot's license, and thus is able to fly these expensive toys of his whenever and wherever he wants to. But he does often choose to employ pilots for the longer flights, where he prefers to sit back and relax in comfort. Number 2. His incredible taste in yachts. We hope you haven't forgotten just yet, but Larry Ellison was brought up in the Bronx, making him one of the only people ever to come out of the poor neighborhood and own a yacht. This was more than just a luxury purchase though, as Larry considered himself to be an avid yacht racer when he was a younger man. In fact, he even owned the Rising Sun, which can be described as a 453-foot long yacht that had the ability to slice through the crashing waves at an incredible pace. The Rising Sun was actually once considered to be the 12th largest yacht in the world. After some time, Larry ended up getting tired of the toy though and sold it to film mogul David Geffen before downsizing to what he currently owns. The yacht that Larry Ellison now owns is called the Musashi. The luxury motor yacht was built in 2011 by Feedship and has an overall length of around 288 feet, making it the 79th largest yacht in the world. While the exterior of the yacht was designed by Devout Naval Architects, the interior was taken on by Sonat Exclusive Yacht Design, which has resulted in some of the most impressive work in the yachting industry. In fact, take a walk aboard Musashi and you'll find an elevator, beauty room, spa, swimming platform, air conditioning, swimming pool, interior gym, exterior gym, and a number of aquatic toys which range from a huge blow-up slide to a number of jet skis. The annual running cost of the yacht comes in at a whopping $10 to $20 million a year, and the yacht itself was bought by Ellison at the price of about $160 US. That is more than the net worth of most celebrities in the world, which shows just how exclusive of a purchase this was. Number 3 is real estate. From a collection of jets to one of the most expensive yachts in the industry, you can also expect Larry to own a number of homes spread across the United States. Real estate is, after all, considered to be the best low-risk investment someone can make, as immovable assets tend to appreciate in value rather than depreciate. In other words, it's more likely than not the properties owned by Ellison will be worth a lot more money when he decides to sell them again somewhere down the line. His most notable homes have been made over in a Japanese theme and can be found in Woodside, San Francisco, and Malibu. He also owns a property in California that is mostly known as Rancho Mirage. This property includes his very own private golf course called Porcupine Creek, which makes this one of the most unique homes in the world. And while we don't have exact figures on any of these properties, sources have indicated that they range from $48 million to $400 million US each. Number 4. His ownership of Lanai Island. It must also be said that Larry recently purchased around 98% of Lanai Island, which is an island found to be within the region of Hawaii. The island cost him a whopping $42.9 million, which we suppose is nothing more than chump change for the billionaire, but it is what he's doing to the island that is really turning heads. Using what is already built on the island, Ellison has made the decision to build out its resorts and improve on its sustainability farms as a bit of an experiment. Essentially, he wants to see whether it's actually possible to build an eco-friendly island that can become self-sufficient if he allows it to be. So pay attention, as we doubt this experiment will be able to run twice. So, what do you think of the life and times of Larry Ellison? Be sure to let us know in the comment section down below.